So in this video, we will start doing some charts using the software, and we'll see multiple variations of it and how does it impact the planetary table, the cuspal table, and the sign table. Yeah. So we'll start with a simple chart. The native is let's say case 1, born in Chennai. Okay, let's say airport in Chennai, near the airport area. Okay, let's assume it's a female. Let's give a date of 11/09/1991, 10:40 in the morning. Okay. To choose the location, so we can say Chennai. It will start listing out all the locations available. So let's choose airport. We save the chart. Okay. System automatically generates all the elements of the chart we discussed in the previous video. So this is the planetary table. This is the cuspal table. This is the sign table. This is the dasa table, right? Transit is a different option. So if you look at it, there is an option here called transit. So we'll cover that later. And we talked about different settings in the calculations. So when you go into preferences, you will see it has got Placidus, which is the unequal kind of house system. Then there is a progressive parameter for the Kal Chakra, which will cover that later, what it means. And there is one more important parameter called the Ayanamsa, which I always choose Kular hourly because this I find to be very accurate. Okay. Once you set it up, and one more thing, we also excluded the outer planets because I can always include Neptune and Uranus, but as I said, my belief is that it doesn't impact that much. So we could have excluded it. Okay. These are all default. Just don't touch the default and leave it there. Yeah. So system automatically generated the chart for the particular native, right? So if you want to expand the dasas, you can see there are 5 dasas here. The DB, ASP, which I talked about, and this is as of today, which is the 25th June up to 26th. So from now on till 26th June 1851, this is the ruling dasa row, as we call it. Okay, and this is the triple S for moon. This is the triple S for the second cusp, triple S for the first cusp. So I hope that you're able to connect all the learnings you've done in the previous chapters to this chart. Okay, let's change the timing to 45. I haven't changed the location. The location is the same. I'm just changing the timing to 45. You will see that the third cusp, the sublord has changed. Okay, so let's put back to 41. Let's say 40. It's Rahu here, right? So the moment I put 45, you can see I'm increasing it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You see that changes. Can you see? Similarly, when I go to 38, let's say I put to 39, and I go down to 38, the whole thing changes. So this also changes. The second house also changes completely. Can you see? So second sign lord has gone from Jupiter. Suddenly it has gone into Mars. Okay. So the cusp has moved. If you look at the second cusp here, it has moved from this house to this house, right? Now, this is what I want to probably demonstrate, that a small change in timing, same location, two people will give you it will give you a different chart. One more thing all of you need to notice, look at the planetary table, whether it is 38, whether it is 45, okay? The planetary table, the first 3 positions doesn't change. The last 6 might change, but we are more keen on SSs, right? So this doesn't change much. Now, moon is a planet that moves the sublord once in 2 to 3 hours, okay? So let's say I move it to 14 hours, okay, on the same location. You will see the moon sublord has changed to Ketu, right? Let's go back to 10 hours and 40. Look at the sublord of the moon, it is SA. Now let's increase the number of hours. 11 or 11:40, the moon has changed. Okay. So this is something that all of you need to know. If at all in the same day, unless there is a major transitory movement of all the bigger planets. Moon is likely to change at least 2 to 3 to 4 times a day because the sublord will change, right? The star lord of the moon will probably change, you know, possibly it will change twice a day. That is why when you see the calendars, that tells you this is the nakshatra for the day and it will be for a very, very long period of time. Okay. So what we have proven here is same location, different timings, the planet cuspal table changes, planetary table changes only for the moon depending on the timing, right? If the timing is very large difference, then the planetary table on the moon will change. But for a very small difference, planetary table is exactly the same. So the planetary table is same for all locations with the same time zone. That is the fundamental cardinal rule in astrological calculations. Cuspal table will always change depending on, and the sensitivity is too small. Even for a couple of minutes up or down, you will see the changes. And this is one of the reasons stalwarts like Krishnamurti sir introduced the concept of sublords. He said when twins are born within very limited intervals, and let's assume the twins are born within 5 minutes intervals, a standard Vedic chart without the SSS combination will give exactly the same chart for both the infants. But we know that that is exactly not the same. They have different lives. The predictions are different. So to explain why twins have different lives, he introduced this concept of sublords. Okay, that is why you see the sublord is different. So this is first case. Same location, same time zone, different locations. Same location, same time zone, different timing. We have seen how the chart varies. Let's assume that we are doing the same chart for case 2. Let's say you're born in Dubai, right? It's the same person, female. So it is 11/09/1991, 10:40. So if you just type Dubai, it will give you the latitude, longitude of the Dubai location. Let's say Dubai airport. Just press and it will save the chart. Okay. Let's look at this chart. Let's look at the two charts. Okay. Let's go to this chart, which is the Chennai chart. Let's set the timing back to 10. Okay. So that you get a standard comparison between these two charts. Look at the note down the sun, note down the moon, MEMASA, right? Now, if you go to Dubai, it's VEMAME. Okay, if you go to Chennai, MEMASA. Can you see the planetary positions will changes? So the reason is Dubai is a different time zone, which is +4 GMT. India is a different time zone. So it's very, very important that you understand different time zones, the planetary table will change. Dasa will automatically get calculated based on the location and the time of birth. And the dasa will automatically, the system will automatically adjust the dasa. That is likely to change because once you change the timing, there'll be a small difference in the end timing of the dasas. So the starting dasa might be delayed a little bit for a infant that is born later. Okay. So I wanted to use this session to tell you to apply all the learnings you have done and why we need the level of detail, the SSS, the planetary table, the cuspal table, the sign table. Why do we need that kind of level of details to actually predict? Because otherwise you cannot explain the variations in human life, right? Uh, so my firm belief is, no two infants can be born at the same time at the same location. Even if mathematically that's possible, but even probability theory that let's say there is a remote possibility, and if that happens, they are bound to have the same lives. Okay, so that is a rule I think that we also need to understand. So let's sum up, whatever we have discussed in this. So the first thing we have done is, we have done same chart, same location, different timing. We have seen same time zone, same timing. we have seen that nothing has changed except the, different location. Let's say different location. Nothing has changed. Of course, different location, different time zone. The third chart, which we have seen, different location, different time zone, everything has changed. Okay. So this is an impression I want to probably leave with you, that, all the learnings you have done, as long as you understand what is happening here, I think you would have got the fundamentals of astronomical calculations, and then it's good time to move on to predictions. Okay. Thank you very much.